Right, well hello once again guys, welcome to another episode. This one's going to be a Christmas special. Once again back down on my park lakes, so going to see how I can get on. It's looking quite good. Got a couple of nights down here, so hopefully it might bring a bite. Got my mate coming down tomorrow, Charlie boy, so he'll be here. Got all 3 rods out already straight away as soon as I got here. All on snags, different snags. I'll show you all of them in a little while. Once again, run through my rigs, doing something a little bit different today, so yeah, see how things go. But yeah, crack on with it then I reckon. Alright. Okay, alright guys, I've quickly thought I'd just tell you what I'm going to be doing. The rod behind me is going to be going out to the reeds. Well, literally I bought it in a little while ago. It's quite a nice little donk out there. I don't know how deep it really is, but tried to have a little prod around with a marker earlier on. Found it's around 6 foot water, which is around the deepest point in the centre. And that's going to be the rod butter lilies. Once again, that rig that I was using down at Monk's. Thought it might be able to get me another bite during the day. I'm going to change all the rods again around slightly during the night. But yeah, that's the rod here. So that's going to go back out to the lilies. Little bag around the size of an 18mm boilie. It's a little Carp bag with the autumn pellet in it. You can also get nick that on there. And yeah, get it back out to them lilies. Left hand rod's on maggots, imitation maggots. And the right hand rod's down by the snags as I said. So I'm going to show you guys what's going on with them rods. And yeah, we'll get on with it now then. Okay guys, so that rod's out there now by the lilies. Not too far away from them. I didn't want to get too close because if it does run into them then I am kind of done in. But the drag's quite tight as well, so I've only got like a couple of inches of a bleep and then I'll be into the fish hopefully, if there is going to be a take on that rod. So this is going to be the snag rod almost. Once again, it's quite close to the snags but not close enough because there's a lot of brambles down to the right hand side of me, and I was quite close to them originally, but I decided to back off them slightly because I've been told that normally the fish do group around sometimes over there in the summer. But yeah, once again a combi rig, pop-up style. Use this one down at Monk's. Red squid and tangerine corp will pop up here. Massive little putty as you can see there, just to pin everything really down to the bottom so everything stays nice and tight. Once again as well, helicopter style rig. I adjusted it to this height here because when I did put the rig out, the lead out straight away without the rig on it, I did find that literally the lead just sunk straight into all of the debris, so just moved it up just slightly, just so I play it safe and it all just sits out there nicely. Then once I've got the rod up there obviously, I'm just going to sprinkle a few boilies over the top, a few red squid and tangerine freebies. So yeah, going to get the rod up there next. But yeah, it seems to be quite promising. Never really fished this lake before. It's a new one for me. It's called the actually I forgot the name of it, but it's on the same place where I normally fish from other lake. This one's apparently a bit easier. Has got some actually absolutely gorgeous fish in here though. It's quite an old lake, quite a lot of history with it. So the fish in here certainly are worth trying to catch. But yeah, get the rod out there now I reckon. Okay. Okay, right guys. So just thought now I'd show you the left-hand rod, which is going to be the one on the maggots. As I said, plastic imitation maggots. That's the rig itself. Once again, it's like a combi rig. I like to call it a reverse combi / chod rig, more or less. Using the choddy hook here, which is one of the Gardner covert hooks. What I've got here, I've got the D. I threaded on 3 maggots on there, 3 plastic maggots, and obviously attached a bit of the supple braid here. I've taken all the coating off of this bit of braid purely for a solid bag. But that's that rig anyway. Bit of putty in the middle there, covering the jointed knot. And yeah, put that into a little solid bag, a few maggots over the top of it, and literally, whenever that gets pulled anywhere into a comp's mouth, it's going to always hook over and over again. really effective. That hook is literally razor sharp as well. That's quite important this time of year. Every single bite counts, so keeping them hooks sharp definitely matters. But yeah, gonna persevere, obviously. Gonna get them, get some more bags out there full of maggots, and just bait up the spots, I guess. Alright. Alright guys, just thought I'd show you the rig like I did last time with what I did before. Well, this rig here is going to be the maggot rig, as I said. I'm going to put it into a little solid bag. It's actually slightly different from the one that I just showed you guys. This is one that I had out there a little while ago. And actually I've got more of a the coated section's been left on here. Got a little bit of a hinge there, and obviously the fluorocarbon itself there, that's the Rigidity by Fox. Once again, pretty much the same thing on the end, trolley hook from Gardner, and the 3 imitation maggots. Inline lead section, running rig, shock rig style there, 2 beads, so as soon as it engages, hits the lead, just as it shocks it, as the name goes, and then there you go, fish is in. But yeah, that's going to be the rig. Try and lift them out quickly. There you go then, going to get into a little carp craze solid bag next and get him out there, okay. Okay guys, so just time for a little update. Just repositioned the right hand rod once again. As I said, I was by the snags to the right and the side to move a bit further up to the lilies. I don't know if you can see in the background, but there's like a little section of lilies out where my hand is almost. A bit more that way probably. But it's just a nice little patch of lilies there. Had a little plonk around with the marker and I found a good amount of weed. This is the length of the weed out there, and as you can see it's very long. I think it's a type of fern weed. Not totally sure, but it's definitely, it could be Canadian pondweed. Yeah, but it's a very long section of weed. It's quite died down up there as I'm bringing it in quite black silty groups of it. But I've literally lengthened off the helicopter rig slightly so the rig can just sit up there nicely. Little foam nugget on there just so everything just sits on top of the weed, giving a good presentation. Scattered a few more baits out there. I haven't seen these shows just yet, but hopefully sooner or later. I've actually found out as well it's actually 7 foot by them by that weed, so there's a good amount of first of all nutritious food in there where the weed is, so there could be a few more naturals just dying off really in there. The fish could be having a little munch in there, you never know, so just thought put a rig in there and see how that goes. But yeah, still hoping for a fish. We've got 2 days down as I said. There are some actually absolutely blinding carp in here, so it would be nice to get my hands on one of them. Never had a fish out of it before, first time fishing it in fact, so gonna see how things go. Okay. Okay then guys, this is going to be the middle rod once again. This time I'm going to put it over to its night rig more or less. Been baiting up in the margins with breadcrumb throughout the day progressively, hourly intervals, just building the bait up. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put this down there. Got a marathon mix pop up here. Absolutely smells the nuts, I've got to say it. Bit of breadcrumb in there on a little bag, and what I've also done in there, I've got one of the old marathon mix pop-ups that I had, which I've already used. Let it dry out, just crushed it up, powdered it up really nicely, really finely, put it into the bag. That serves 2 purposes. A, it will make it sink even slower down onto any debris out there, and B, it will just add attraction. Obviously once again, blobs of putty, pieces of lead core swipped around there. What I've got here, flat pear lead there. Each lead has a purpose. Flat pear leads are one of the best leads really. They have such an array of tasks that they can do. This purposely I'd say is more or less for gripping sometimes, especially if you're on a slope. It can hold the angle, and hold the weight of the hook bait, just stops it from slipping down. Literally there's a 6 foot drop off point where it all just drops straight off. I'm just going to put that right down at the bottom where all that gully is. It could just be one of these places where carp might cruise around, could be a patrol route, so it's worth putting a rod down there. Had luck on the other lake doing that with a solid bag, had a nice comment out of there on doing that, so this could be another way forward. But yeah, I'm going to plop it out there now, and fingers crossed it'll go off tonight then. Okay. Right, well as I said guys, it's going to be Christmas soon, so I thought I'd get in the festive mood. Did the brolly up a bit, got the hat on, so well up for this. Charlie's down here now, and yeah, he's got his rods out-ish. He's trying new stuff, so hopefully I might get in a bite. Last night was quite dead, to be honest with you. There was not much activity at all, but I did this in my spare time, so you know.
He's got loads of that.
So we'll see how things go anyway, and yeah, try and bag a fish tonight hopefully, or during the day. But keep you guys updated, and I hope you like the new design. Okay. Alright guys, just before the night totally draws in, just thought I'd show you one of my rods I'm going to put out. Sorry I haven't been updating you guys throughout the night, it's just throughout the day, sorry, it's just that I've been quite busy trying to figure out the water. Still haven't had many bites, so I've picked up a tufty already, so signs that science taken the rig, and at least it works. That was on the maggot rig, but decided to change the maggot rig over to this rig. Had this out there already, but thought I'd use it in the margin once again. A little bag of breadcrumb there, and a marathon mix pop up here. What I've done, instead of normally putting the hair stop through the bag so it doesn't tangle around the hook, I'll use a piece of the Carp Craze solid tape and just simply lassoed it around the bag itself and the pop up hair. That simply just holds it all in place quite nicely, and will stop anything from tangling up. So yeah, I'm going to flick this one down into the margin next, and I'll tell you what the other two rods are as well. Probably can't see anything out there really. Let's see now on the monitor. I can't see anything out there at all except for that ball up there. Well, what I've got out there is I've got a. I'm using the Carp Craze trio mesh once again, and what I've put out there is I put out a simple red squid tangerine bottom bait tipped off with a piece of corn, just with a little bag of crushed up freebies. Put that out by the snags in the far corner by the willows, and the other one once again is on the chod rig to the right of me down to the lilies, with 3 grains of imitation buoyant corn by Enterprise Tackle. So yeah, got all 3 rods almost set up now. I'll get this one out obviously, as I said, and yeah, be fishing for the night then. Alright guys, well, good morning again. No action once again last night. I had the irritation of the tufties, the swan and the coots all at once, more or less, on all the rods, so they were ruining my chances. I kept recasting now and again just to try and make sure all the rods were as I wanted them to be, and just perfect. But this morning once again Charlie came back down and we put the rods back out, so I don't know, we've seen a fish shaped by the lilies. He's got a rod over there right now, so with any luck he might be able to get something. But yeah, it was quite challenging last night. It really was. I didn't know. I can't really find out where the fish are holding up. I keep changing my positions with the rods to try and find out where they are, locate them. But we'll have to see throughout the day, I reckon. I've got them to around 1:30, 2 o'clock. We'll have to be off. So yeah, we'll check out how that goes. And I'll update you guys as soon as I can. a product which I'm quite fond of at the moment, and they're the Lee Valley Customs traffic light snag ears, and they are absolutely pucker, packed full of features obviously. First thing of course, snag ears, they'll keep your rods in place. If you are fishing snaggy corners, it's going to save the rod from jolting off of the alarm going into the lake. It's going to keep it nice and locked up. We've also got another feature of 3 different holes. Obviously the traffic light sections where you can actually take off the top section, put an isotope in there, and you'll still have visuals at night time for your alarms. So yeah guys, give them a little look out. They got loads of things, reel handle customisations, bobbins, snag ears, loads of stuff. Just give them a little look, and yeah, I'm sure you'll be happy to have a little look at their stuff for Christmas. Alright. Okay, right guys, let's come to the end of the session now. Unfortunately it was a blank, but definitely break down here soon. And yeah, Charlie came down too, didn't you, mate?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, you learned something new, didn't you? You learned a new rig.
Yeah.
So happy days on his behalf. But yeah, we're going to do a little winter campaign down here. Primed the spot already, so we're going to come down here between the next few days hopefully and put a bit of bait in. But to everyone out there, have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and yeah, have a good one guys. Hopefully be able to get a bit of a break, maybe do a bit of fishing. So yeah, see you around. Alright.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Put a handshake in.